Hey.
Oh, yeah. Right here.
All right. I hope, is it light? Oh, yeah. Okay. I think it's light enough. All right. We have a couple minutes and you guys are good at muting yourselves now, so I'm not even going to mess with that. But anyways, good morning. Happy Monday. Relax for a couple minutes and stretch if you want. We're not using any props today, but let's see. Wednesday when we come, I will use the roller. Okay. So I figured Mondays will be no props and Wednesday will be props. So anyways, so
Cindy, I mean, Patty, there's someone on who doesn't mute, so you need to mute all because
just relax. And hope everyone.
Oh my gosh.
I think I have a fun class.
We'll see how it turns out.
And how are you? Good.
I have a dentist office.
Oh,
Not
good.
good.
Just a clinic.
Oh, well,
I
that's not
have, it's
bad.
my best
It
I
really.
hate
I love my dentist.
Well, that's
I love my
because it's your
dentist.
sister.
Oh,
My sister.
really?
Yeah, her name is Dr. Golden.
Oh.
Yeah, I go to
My
her.
husband.
My whole family goes to her. So,
Uh,
yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, look, 10 seconds. Oh, start right on time. Okay, we're gonna start standing. And we are gonna do some roll downs, but we're gonna do them different today. So I want you guys to feel how different it is based on how your feet are organized. Okay. So we're just gonna stand regular, feet are parallel, hip distance. Try to keep those feet and toes parallel. And then as you roll down, I want you to connect the toes, but try to put weight in the heels. We're gonna lift up the belly. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Feel like you have length in your spine, so grow taller, lift the rib cage from the pelvis, let the arms hang, and just let the head fall, okay? Literally fall. No tension, maybe the back side is a little stretch. And then we'll go down halfway. So the arms are gonna hang, but I want you to pull the belly up. So suck it up, let the arms hang, the shoulders, the head, relax here. Now turn on that belly like you're hollowing it out, pulling the ribs back as you roll yourself up. So connect with those toes. I want you to try to keep the hips over the ankles. Let's go down just like that one more time. Halfway. We're going to warm up the spine, get ourselves nice and stretched out. Try to work through every kind of stretch we can. We're going to go all the way down to the floor. So remember, as you go down, you should feel more weight in those front or the toes. They're trying to keep you stable. We're going to come down, let yourself hang. Kind of loosen up the spine, let it hang, let it relax. Now, tuck the chin, look up to the belly. Little slight bend in the knees as you roll up. Try to tuck the tailbone between the legs. And then restack the spine. Okay, we're going to go with a different foot position. So we're going to go with a Pilates ski. Let's see how this works. So squeezing those inner thighs together, activate the glutes, grow taller, let the head fall. And roll yourself down. So toes are really connected here. And tuck the chin, suck the belly up, rebuild. Tucking that tailbone, trying to think of tucking the tailbone between the legs. And we're going to open up now to a wider parallel. Okay, so we're going to go wide, but feet and toes are forward. So maybe the edge of your mat. Let those shoulders fall down, lengthen the neck, let the head drop. Hands are nice and loose, shoulders are loose. Pull the belly up. You want to support your spine by pulling the belly in. And then nice and slow, chin tucks. Roll it up from the sacrum all the way through the lumbar, the thoracic, and head comes up, shoulders come down. Let's open up our toes. That is beautiful. Perfect. All right, so toes are open. We're wide and external. This should be kind of the hardest one, but we'll see. All right, head drop. Roll it down from the crown of the head through the neck. Now we're going kind of backwards through the spine. I don't know, that was and roll it up. Suck that belly in like you're rounding around a big beach ball. And as the head comes up, the shoulders come up. Ooh, I feel my calves. All right, that was good. Okay. So let's wiggle the feet back together. We are going to go out to just a quick plank, nothing crazy. Okay, we're going to go down, up with the arms. And now arms going to dive in front of those toes, all the way down. Little bend in the knees if you want, or big steps, straight legs, big steps with the arms. Okay. And then we're going to open, well, I have my feet closed, so I'm going to open them up. And while you're here, we're just going to warm up just a little bit. So the plank kind of heats up everything. So I want you to think of dropping the pelvis down, pulling the belly in, long, long neck, shoulders down. You're looking over the edge of your mat. And we're just going to hold it. So the lower the pelvis is, the more strain on the low back. So if you feel that low back, the Squeeze those glutes. Pull the ribs in. Like you're trying to suck the waistline into the center. Let's drop the knees down. We're just going to go to a big cat-cow. So line up the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. We're going to suck up the belly, tuck the chin. Try to pull the hip bones toward the forehead. Press into that floor. Really open up every disc in the spine. And then straighten it out. Lift the chin. Send the tailbone up to the ceiling. Press into the floor. Pull the shoulders down. Tuck it up. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And tailbone up, chin up, shoulders pull down. Push into that floor. Almost like you're pulling. And then one more. Cat. And lift the chin, lift the tailbone, push. I'm pulling my palms toward my knees and my sticky mat so I feel more belly. All right, so I'm going to sit back to my heels and I am going to extend my right leg out to the side. So you can be toes curled under, you can be flat on that foot. I'm going to curl my toes. I'm going to lean and hinge toward that extended leg. And if you need to take pressure out of the knee, push into the hands. Drop the chest, pull the shoulders down, try to lengthen out the spine, really flatten out here. You should feel a big hamstring stretch. And then we'll switch sides and see how the other side does. This is my terrible side. Everyone has one, I think. So extending the left leg out. Your heel is on the floor. You can sit down to the heel or stay up. Take the hands on either side of the leg and drop that chest down. Try to lengthen the spine, set the shoulders down, flatten out that back, pull the toes in, and then come back to center. We're going to press ourselves up into a big hike. So, lifting the knees, tuck the ears between the biceps, press the heels to the floor, try to stretch out those calves. So we're trying to push into the floor, press the heels down, use the hands to lengthen that spine, really push away with the hands, and shift back into your plank. Hold it here. Press away from the floor. And kind of settle as I go from the top of my head down to my heels. Press up into that height. Let's get that big calf stretch. That big push away with the hands. Press those heels down. Really lengthen that spine. And we will come back to our knees. And we will turn around and sit. All right. So we are going to roll ourselves down. We'll do that a couple times. So thinking of when you're standing, how you feel when you roll down, I want you to keep that tailbone tucked. So we're going to press, reach the hands forward. All right. We'll do just a C curl to start. So you want to shift that tailbone toward the heels, drop the shoulders. Your chin is trying to stay parallel with the floor, so you're not stretching the back side of the neck. Wherever your eyes are, that's where your head's going to go. And curl it up. Arms are reaching forward. Exhale, tuck. Pull the belly, pull that bottom rib back. Lift from that lowest part of the pelvic floor, shoulders down. Pull the belly back as you curl yourself up. Find the sitting bones. We'll go one more time with the bent knees. I'll roll my shoulders down after I'm in my curl. My habit. And curl it up. You will extend the legs long. All right, so arms are going up. They don't have to go far back. You can just bring them up, maybe away from the head or the ears a little bit, biceps forward of the ears, or they can go straight up. You're going to try to keep those arms reaching to the ceiling as you roll yourself down. Keep those arms reaching. We'll make it a little harder. Keep those heels down. Try to find that part of the spine that kind of arches back or sways a little bit. And then nice and slow arms come up overhead. Take an inhale, exhale. Arms are going to stay by the ears. So I want you to try to keep them reaching to the ceiling as you roll yourself up. It's really hard. And curl forward. Touch the feet with the hands, the ankles, the bottom. Stay in your curl. Rebuild here. I want the shoulders over the hips, but you're curled deep here. So arms are reaching forward. Now as you go down, the arms come up to the ceiling. We're gonna roll it down, pull that belly in. That belly is gonna help you slow it down when you feel like you wanna fall to the floor. And arms are gonna press beside us. And we're gonna bridge. So we'll put those two things together here, but let's just bridge to kind of release a little tension. So I'm starting in my neutral spine. I want to pull my belly down, let my tailbone tip up, and then push down into the feet. Pull the heels like you're pulling them up to the shoulders. Curl yourself down, nice and slow. Lengthen the legs. Bring those arms up to the ceiling. Keep those arms reaching to the ceiling as you tuck the chin and roll yourself up. Stay in your deep curl. Reach forward. Get that big stretch. So pull the shoulders up to the ears. Curl it down. As you start to go down, the shoulders pull down, arms are reaching. My hands are coming off. This makes your pants slide off. Bring those arms alongside you, bend the legs, put the feet down on the floor, and roll yourself up into the bridge. And exhale, roll it in. And arms come up to the ceiling. We'll roll up one more time. Chin to chest. Reach for the ceiling. Ooh, now it's harder. Pull the belly in, pull the ribs back. And curl forward. Let the shoulders come up. Stretch that spine. As you pull the belly in, reach the fingertips away. And let's snap ourselves. All right. I know, me too. My back always cracks when I just like kind of loosen it up. So that's what we're trying to do. All right, so we're going to roll ourselves down. We'll use our hands this time, no work, just get down to the floor. So do it the right way, though. Graceful. We'll just flop down. Everything is work in Pilates. Okay. Down to the mat. We're going to bring our feet together, knees together, inner thighs connected. Arms are long beside you. We're going to bridge ourselves up and pause right here. I want you to squeeze those glutes. Now, I want you to do a side curl. So I want you to kind of send that right hip away out to the side. As you press that hip out, I want you to curl opposite of the hip that you're pressing away. Try to keep the knees squeezing. Come back to center. Let's go the other way. So think of sliding the hips across a flat surface as you shift the hips side to side. I want you to think of making a big C with that spine and come center. Go the other way. We'll go one more time. I don't know. So really press that hip out to the side. Let the spine release. Keep the glutes squeezing. And one more time, other way. Oh, I like it. And come back to center. Adjust, reorganize the body, and roll it down on the head. Good job. Pull the knees into the chest. We got one more thing to do. Well, a couple things to do in the bridge. So rock side to side and really tip off one hip over to the other hip. Pull those knees in tight to the chest. And then let those knees come to center. Let the legs relax. And let's take our hands to the top of the knees and just press our feet back to the floor. All right, so your feet should land when we press our knees away, right where they should be. Okay. So now bring everything together. Squeeze the glutes, the inner thighs. Roll it up. Peel yourself off. Reach the knees over the toes. So you will shift the body down as you do that. So that's fine. Readjust if you need to. Now we're going to dip the knees. Okay, so we're going to try to keep the hips still. Keeping the knees together, we're going to dip them down. And that left hip, so I'm going left, my left hip dips. Now I press up to center and I dip the other way. Knees and feet and legs are staying together. Squeeze yourself up to center. So release a little push in that left side as the left hip dips and push into that foot. Lower the right side. Squeeze those inner thighs. Press and squeeze up. Dip those knees over. Let that hip dip. Press it up. One more time to the right. Oh boy, there's a big down the street. Press. Come to center. Roll it down. Okay. We'll extend the legs long. shifting off my mat. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. Pull it in. Pull it in. So I'm reaching my left leg away as I'm drawing my right leg in. I'm going to take my hands behind the knee, stretch the leg out, walk the hands up if you feel like you can do that, and let's flex and point. And we are getting ready to do that classic Pilates climb a tree. So let's just flex, point. As you flex, I want you to feel that hamstring, even deeper stretch, okay? So if you want to draw the leg closer, do that. Okay, find your neutral foot. Take an inhale, chin to chest, look through the thighs, maybe to the toes of the extended leg. Walk the hands up, draw the leg closer, try to press the opposite leg down, and let's flex. So your belly, navel pulling down to the floor, shoulders are lifted, your chin is tucked deep. One more flex. Keep that flex as you walk the hands back down that leg, step that leg down on the floor. Bring that left knee in and switch. So I'm trying to press into my right leg as I pull my left knee in. I'll take my hands behind the knee, stretch the leg out. This is my terrible side. I have a bad knee here, so flex. I can't go straight when I'm doing a hamstring stretch. Draw the toes to the shins and point and flex. Keep that leg drawing in toward the body. Breathe. Flex that foot. Tuck the chin. Roll the chest up, the head up. Walk the hands up to the ankles. Draw the leg a little closer. Use the arms. Trigger, kind of turn on those biceps. And walk the hands up. Lower that leg. So we're going to do some leg circles. The hip is going to lift, so you'll get a really big spiraling in your spine. And then we will go back to some bridging. So bring the leg, right leg up to the ceiling. I'm going to circle it across my midline of my body, letting my right hip lift, almost like I'm trying to touch the floor as I circle around and out and up and over. Just letting the hips kind of move as that leg circles. It should feel kind of good. Arms are pressing. And we're going to come up and we'll switch. So let that hip move as you circle. Big circle. And inhale as you bring it up. Exhale. Here's your last one. And we are going to swing that leg right out to the side on the floor. I'm going to come back onto my mat. Flip it over, and you can come up with the hands supporting the head, or you can come down, whatever feels good. We're going to lift up that leg that we just circled, and we'll bicycle. So bend. You can flip with head down to me if you want. Bend the knee, extend the leg straight out, draw it back. Let's add a flex and a point. So you know the rules here, I think. That side line is lifted. And we'll add the flex as we draw it back. So thinking of keeping the movement parallel with the floor. Use your hand if you want to. Flex. And last one. And stack the legs, roll onto your back, and we'll go the other way. So you're going to see my back side now. All right. The arms are wide. Just a little hip opener there before we go back to bridging. Okay? So extend the next leg, left leg up. We're going to circle it across the body, let the hip lift, circle it around and out. And I'm flexing. And as I go around in my circles, trying to keep my shoulders down, letting my hip lift. One more in this direction. And a little press in that leg that's extended, and we'll stop center, go the other way. Switch it around. Just a reverse. Keep the belly tight. And one more. And here we go. We're going to swing the leg over the center line, let ourselves fall onto our side. And this is maybe not a good view, but anyways. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes, lift my ribs from the floor, lengthen my neck, lift that top leg, and bicycle it out. So extend it out forward. Let's draw it back with a flex. Try to keep your hips as still as you can. So pull the belly in. Go for 2. Big, big extension stretch. Keep squeezing the glutes. Here's your last one. And roll onto your back. And adjust yourself on your mat. Bend the knee. All right. Open up the shoulders. So I want to bring some arms into bridging today. So we're going to bring our elbows down to the floor and bend our arms at a 90 degree. Okay, so we're just going to lift up in one piece. So keeping the spine long, not curling up. Take that inhale. And on your next exhale, press down into the arms, the elbows, as you squeeze the glutes and press the pelvis up. And tap it down. Press into those arms, that back side. Inhale, lower, release. Exhale, press. So I want you to use your arms, that upper back, to press yourself up. Exhale, squeeze those glutes. And 2. And go as high as you can. Hold it here. Hold your pelvis up high. Extend the arms. As we lower the pelvis, the arms will stay up. We'll bend the elbows to press ourselves up. So you're going to go lower with the arms reaching up. Bend and pull them down. Press into the elbows. Lift the pelvis. Reach the arms up. Lower the pelvis down. Bend the arms. Press the elbows into the mat. Squeeze it up. Arms extend. Lower down. Pull those elbows down. Squeeze up. Reach for the ceiling. Pelvis down. Elbows down. Come on up to your bridge. We're going to alternate with a march. So I want you to try to keep your pelvis still. Okay? So our arms are down beside us. As we lift our left knee to tabletop, we're going to lift the right arm up. So opposite arm, press down into the right foot, right arm extended. Now pull that arm down as you lower the leg and switch. Punch up, pull it down as you lower the foot. Punch up as the knee comes in, pull it down as you lower the foot. Punch. So I want you to shift weight to that stabilizing leg. Pull the elbow down. Try to keep the hips as still as you can. Pull it down. Last one. Set, I should say. And elbows pull down. We're going to walk the feet together. All right. So elbows are nice and bent here. Fists up to the ceiling. Squeeze the inner thighs together. As we lower halfway with the pelvis, we'll punch the arms up. So lower, release the glutes, arms up. Pull the arms down. Squeeze the inner thighs and the glutes. Inhale. I swear the air is on. Exhale. Inhale down. Tap the floor if you want, but don't lower all the way down. Squeeze it up. Pull the elbows down. We're going to go for 3. Inhale. Try to keep the knees stable. Tracking over the toes. Here's your last one. Elbows down. Now let's roll ourselves down. And holding these in. Side to side. Shifting side to side. Pull the knees in deep to the chest. Just release. Okay, so let that spine relax. Feel that shift from side to side, and you get a little massage on one hip as you shift over to that. And let's bring the feet down to the mat. The knees are going to be bent. Okay, so we're just going to start with our traditional, typical chest lift. So let's bring the arms out to a T, palms up. Okay, open up your shoulders. So really reach those fingers away. Try to keep the shoulders kind of separating, and then place the hands underneath the head. And knees are just down, feet are down. We're going to take our inhale, and as we exhale, lift the chin to the chest. You're lifting from heart center, from the rib area, low belly, roll it. So not from that neck. So really curl and tuck up. I know it's so hard to get this position without, getting the neck involved here. But let the head be really resting in the hands. Chest is lifting. And tuck that chin as deep as you can. Look to the belly. And you won't get a big curl here. You should feel the shoulder blades kind of stay connected as you that belly button down to the mat as you lift. And here's 3. Roll it up. And check in. Are you pulling on your head? 2. And you'll hold it on 1 right here. Bring the knees up to a tabletop. As we lower the chest, we'll tap the toes. So tap the toes, lower chest, knees are together, and exhale, lift. And inhale. Keep that belly tight. Exhale. I don't want the hips tipping back and forth. If you can avoid it, remember, check in. Are you pulling on your head? This is a lot of work. 5. And 4. But that's why you got up today. 3. And here's 2. And you will hold it on 1. Hold it here and pause. So our chest is lifted, our head is heavy, our elbows are wide. We're going to tap our toes down and draw them up. Tap them down. Exhale up. Inhale. So you keep that belly as tight as you can, especially that low belly. Make sure the chin is tucked. And you're looking at the thighs or the belly. And looking, oh, it's so flat when I'm in this position. 2. And 1. Let's set the feet down first and roll the chest down. Okay. We're going to bring our arms along the side edge. We'll extend the legs. And then bring those arms, reach them up to the ceiling, just a quick roll up to get off the mat. So shoulders are plugged down to the floor and nice and wide. Collarbones are open. Tuck the chin, let the arms fall parallel with the floor. Reach for those toes as you pull the belly in. And the forward fold over the legs and just relax here. And try to let go of any tension in that back, okay? So sometimes we get that tension. Also imprinting the spine. The spine can imprint through all of your ab work. Let's come on up to a nice lengthened spine. We'll bend our knees. We're going to I'm going to go right hand behind my right knee and I'm sitting up tall. So I feel my tailbone pointed to the floor. I'm using my hands to pull my shoulders down. Now keep that pull on the right hand as you extend the left arm, bring it out to the side, place the palm of the hand at the base of the skull. Okay, you're pulling on that right knee. I want you to use your biceps to pull you up. So we're going to curl down, rotate, look down to the left, pull the right rib down, and come on up. Use your biceps to pull yourself up. Rotate, left elbow wide, curl it up. Let's inhale as we rotate. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, try to get that elbow as wide as you can. And my little trick is to pull the opposite rib down to the floor. It really keeps my pelvis as still as I can keep it. We're going to go for 2. Use the biceps here. And last one. And up. So maybe not as much abs, but more biceps. I want you to feel those arms. Reach the opposite arm out. So right arm reaches left behind the knee. Sweep it out, palm up, place it behind the head, base of the head. Elbow is wide, shoulders down, and you're sitting on your sitting bones. Curl it back, open the elbow out, look down to the floor, pull up using your bicep. Inhale as you suck the belly in and rotate. Exhale, lift using the arms. So give yourself a little belly support as you come up. Rotate and come up. So I'm combining arms with abs today so we can get it all in. And 2. Elbow is wide, look down to the floor. And last one, using the biceps. Lift and come on up. And hands to knees and just forward fold. Knees, forehead to knee. And relax. Let the shoulders relax. Let the head drop. And breathe. And rebuild. All righty. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. And what did I want to do now? So let's go. We're going to roll down. Okay, we're going to do a static press. So we'll first take our hands right in front to the shins. Okay, as you curl, press into the arms, press on the top of the knees, the thighs, press, 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 and pull. So you're pushing down, pulling the shoulders down. Belly is tight, so if you feel low back, tip a little bit deeper on the back side of the pelvis. That helps you. And curl it up, press, press, press. When you press, you should feel your belly. And press it. And pull the belly in as you press up. And we'll go for 3. The press is going to pull. I like it. It really pulls the abs in deeper. And here's 2. Press into the top of the legs. Pull the shoulders down. Belly in. And last one. Press, press, press. Hold your C curve here. Take the elbows down to the mat. Let's place the palms down beside us. So you'll adjust here as necessary for you, okay? So we're gonna press the palms down into the floor. You can also use fists if the wrist gets bugged, okay? So I'll do the fist version here, but otherwise you can do that flat hand. Okay, shoulders are open. You're gonna press down to curl up and roll it back down. Press down. I want you to use those triceps, okay? So you're really pushing down into the earth. Keep the belly tight. Keep those shoulders going down. So your neck is nice and long. Press. I want you to feel the back side of the arms. Keep those shoulders and collarbones open. You guys look great. I know you guys are doing this at home and you're not cheating, right? Okay. One more. And just what we're doing. Press yourself up. Slide the hands behind you. Get yourself comfortable with the feet. We're going to lift our pelvis up. Roll the shoulders back. Tuck the chin. I don't want you to feel any neck here. And then bend the elbows and push up. Inhale, suck the belly in. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. So this is glutes and arms. And exhale, you should feel almost the lats through the back of the shoulders. 3 and 2. Squeeze it up. And 1. Yes. And step the pelvis down. And we're going to take our hands right to the top of the legs. We'll roll ourselves all the way. So sit up tall. Keep those hands pressing the whole time. Press, press, press. Looking at the toes through the thighs. Press it down. Bring the knees up to a tabletop. Take the palms of the hands right on top of those knees. Open up your shoulders. And it's a static press. So exhale, chest stays down, head stays down. Press into the knees with the hands as the knees pull back into the hands. So opposition here. Feel your belly tight. It almost feels like a plank. Your belly should. And then release the press. We'll go 2 more times, okay? Exhale, press. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Pull the belly tight. Hold it. Let's go 2 big breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Imprint the spine if you feel low back. And 1 more. Release, but stay in your tabletop. We got 1 more. Okay? It's almost like a plank, so we got to hold it here. Press. Shoulders pull away from the ears. Ribs are pulling down. Belly is press, press, press. Oh, so much fun. And release. Yay. Set the feet down. I like that. All right. The static press is my favorite. It's just such an effective way to connect. Okay. Legs are long. Arms are long. We're going to go for a swim on our back. So I want you to squeeze those glutes, okay? Pull that belly in. Arms pressed to the mat. Shoulders open. Lift up. They can go higher or low, wherever you feel that you can go without hurting your back. So legs extend up gently. All right, so you're just going to swim. So you're just alternating, kind of like a scissor. Keep the pelvis still and the belly tight. Go up high with the legs if you feel low back. No tension. Please. I don't want to hear everyone or anyone say, my low back, my low back. 2 and 1 and let the feet come down. All right. So we're going to reach the hands up. We'll just curl ourselves up halfway. Not even half. A quarter. Reach those fingers to the toes. Keep the chest lifted and hold here. And press the hands down to the mat. Hover the legs up, pull the belly in. We're gonna do it again. Feel your shoulder blades and kick. You can press into the mat. Keep that chin tucked, no neck. 3, 2, 1, lower down and relax. So much fun. Okay, here we go. We are going to bend our knees, take the hands out wide on the mat, palms up, sweep them up behind the head. We'll stretch after this last step, okay? So knees together, ankles together, toes together, inner thighs connected, belly tight, ribs are pulling down. You're going to lift the chin to the chest. So let's start with our right ankle on top of our left. As we lift our chest, we'll extend the legs crossed. So extend, right ankle on top. Now switch and roll it down back to tabletop. Left ankle on top of right now. Extend, switch, bend back. And extend, right foot on top now. Switch, left on top, back. Extend, we're gonna go 3 more. We'll land on the opposite foot, roll it up. And here's your last 2, extend, switch. And last one, you should land with the opposite ankle there. And let's do a quick couple bridges to release. So let's start with those hip tilts, okay? So we're not going to lift up or peel the spine up. We're just trying to lift the sacrum, okay? So as you exhale, shoulders are open. Palms can rotate up to it. Pull the navel down to the mat, to the spine. Press down into the feet and really imprint that lowest part of your back as you squeeze the glutes and release. And exhale, we'll go for 3. Squeeze those glutes, press down into the feet. And just the tailbone lifting. So hip is tipping, your pelvis tipping back, belly is tight, ribs are down, and release. Here's your last one. And roll it down. We'll go all the way up. So on an exhale, imprint, do that little tip back. Now push down into the earth and roll it up as high as you feel comfortable. Now, after abs, I really want you to focus on that low back. So let's pull the ribs down, pull the belly away from the hips, and slow it down right here. Stop and check in. Are you pulling the navel down to the spine? And roll it. And exhale, imprint, roll it up, knees go over the toes, squeeze the glutes, focus on that slow roll down, every bone, one at a time until that tailbone comes down. Here's your last one. Squeeze it up. And roll it. We will roll ourselves up. Hands are going to come up, just your traditional roll up. Boy, I hope everyone's good at this by now. You know, I have to say, arms are reaching up. We're going to tuck the chin. People that are doing mat can do this. People that are doing reformer cannot. So forward fold, it's so true because you really have to learn how to engage those muscles to get yourself up. And the reformer lets you cheat. Press to the knees. Did you know that? All right, so let's get on to a side position so we can do some glutes. So this is going to be a little different, but you know, same kind of format. So we'll bend the knees. We're going to come down to one elbow, okay? So that for me, my left elbow is bent, my right hand is supporting, okay? So I can use that right hand to kind of press down into the earth. So I want you to kind of rotate chest toward the floor, pull the shoulders down. Let's extend that leg out right away. When you're in this kind of position, you should feel that glute engaged. Suck in the belly, lift the ribs from the floor, and let's see what we should do now. We should pull the leg back, squeeze the glute, and tap it to the floor. Pull it back and tap down. So you're kind of going diagonal back, tap it down, keep the hips as still as you can. Squeeze it up. So typical. Squeeze it up. Let's press away. And 3, squeeze. Don't swing that leg. I want you to engage that glute right here, that top or side glute. Keep the belly tight. Okay, ready. We're going to hold that leg back. We'll flex that foot, totally different. So I want you to reach through the heel. The leg is pulling back, but you're not doing this, okay? You're staying still. Now let's press the leg and pulse it up through the heel, okay? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Chest is on a diagonal, kind of facing the floor. Your neck is long. Press it back. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Bend the knee. You're going to kick with a flex. Bend it in. So I want that hip open. So the knee is trying to almost press behind that hip. Keep that leg lifted and stretch it out with a point. Flex as you bend. You should feel a little opening here. That little muffin top. And I hate so much. Flex. Squeeze it out. Lift it a little higher if you can. Let's go for 2. And 1. Hold it here. Adjust if you need to, like I did. And circle. Little tiny saucer plates. Maybe a little small watermelon. 3, 2, 1. And reverse it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lay yourself down. Keep that bottom knee bent underneath you. We're going to stretch. So I'm going to take my top heel or my top leg and the heel, place it in front of my thigh. So the little trick here is if this is too intense of a stretch, just let the knee go away a little bit, okay? If you want that deeper stretch, you pull that bottom knee closer to the body and then open up the top knee, okay? And you can even, for me, I like to little kind of lengthening of the spine by pressing my hip away. This is very intense, by the way. No kidding. But it's so good for your hips. Now shift the hip back, almost like you're arching your back. Press it behind you. So much deeper. And then let's release that. Stretch, we'll press up. So here's a great thing that a lot of you guys maybe don't know. So you're in bed, right? Your knees are bent. You're on your side. I want you to take your top arm and push it down to the floor to lift yourself up. Use the arm, not the back, the spine, and we lift it away. Okay, you're ready. All right. So now my right arm bent, elbow kind of 90 degrees, calm down. Using that front hand, let's extend the top leg and shift forward. So you can really go low here if you feel low back, okay? That's a total option here. All right, so we're gonna point the toe and squeeze it back. So when you're squeezing back, this front hip is open. So I really want you to get that almost stretch here and then tap down in front and draw it back. Inhale down, exhale lift. All right, so I'm going to keep my upper body engaged as well. So you're not slumping down to the floor. You're lifting using that elbow, squeeze it back. And just don't do as many reps if this is too much on the hip. I know it's a lot. Okay, you know who I'm talking to. Pull the belly in. So breath. I'm not calling out names, okay? Hips are a big thing, especially as we get to, our beautiful ages now. 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it there. Flex that foot. Now lift it up with the flex. So I want you to kick that heel up, behind. Keep your belly tight. Squeeze. This one is so much more active than my right. So I know my right is taking a lot of the work because I'm right-handed, right-sided. Lift. Hold it, and circle. Little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5. I'm counting today. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it here. Ready? Here we go. Flex, bend, press it behind with a point. I started slumping while I was talking, so I'm lifting my chest. I'm pulling my knee in with a flex, and I'm extending it back behind me with a point. Let's go for 5, and 4, and 3. Belly is nice and tight. Ribs are lifted. Neck is long. Last 1. set that foot down, come on down to the mat, and let's stretch. That one turned on a lot more for me. So I'm gonna pull my knee closer to my body because I want that deeper stretch. And I'm gonna open up my knee, closer the heel is inward, bigger the stretch. Remember, you can slide that bottom knee down if this is too intense. And breathe. Try to relax the head, the neck. And now I want you to send the tailbone out behind you. Open up the knee a little more, almost like you're trying to arch the back, but you're not. You're just pressing that top hip back. And release it. Yes. And stack those knees. Remember how we got up. Okay, so our knees are bent. This is what you're supposed to do in the morning when you get out of bed. Did you know that? All right, pressing top hand down to the floor to lift, almost like you're using your arms, your triceps, your biceps.
Remember that.
I remember.
You know what? It's really big because your spine is really kind of tense in the morning. So you really don't want to tense it up by, lifting up fast without using that arm. Okay, so we're kneeling. We're going to cross our ankles. So I know knees are an issue for a lot of people. So I want you to go almost to the front of the knee. Okay, we'll just do a couple push-ups really slow, and then we'll stretch. Okay, everyone wants arms, right? All right. So I internally rotate. My fingers are like starfishes. My ankles are crossed. My pelvis is low, and I'm squeezing my glutes. And I'm going to go down for a count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, press away. Inhale. You're going to uncross those ankles. We're going to sit back to a child's pose. This is something new I've learned. So your arms are reaching forward, head is down, knees are open. I want you to press into the fingertips and lift the wrists. So pressing down through the fingers, using almost like an arch in the middle of your hand, the palm of your hand. Press down. Shift yourself back up. Okay, ready? So do you remember what ankle crossed over the top? You're going to switch. And you're going to go back into the front of the knees, and we'll go down for 4 total with a 4 breath count. Okay? The shoulders pull down as you bend. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pull those shoulders out of the ears. The Pilates push-up is a long neck, like you're trying to reach over the fingertips. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the glutes, belly is tight. Here's your last one. And press it up. Uncross the ankles. Sit back to a child's pose. Sitting bones to heels. And then if you like that little finger pressed into the mat, do that now. If you hate it, don't do it. But I want you to feel how much more that stretches out the lats, the side of the body. So press down. Really reach those arms away and try to set those shoulders down to the floor. Okay, it should feel so good. We work those muscles today. Roll yourself up through the spine, and we're going to come to our finale because we have 2 minutes. Can you believe it? How much fun was that? Okay, so I'm going to take my, I'm so hyper. Okay, I'm going to take my front or my left leg in front, and you guys can do however you want. Your feet wide or close with the feet. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Is this like a Buddha? Is that nice? Is that what it is? Okay. So lifting the ribs away from the pelvis, shoulders are down, spine is long. We're going to take our hands up to the sky. We're going to fall with a flat spine, sending our tailbone and our sitting bones out behind us. Come down and then let the head fall. Let the elbows bend. And now try to press the sitting bones down to open up. This is so good for the low back. This is a really good stretch. If you're pressing into the hands, trying to push the sitting bones down, you get that hip stretch and low back. All right, ready? Straighten the arms. Stay in your curl. Roll yourself up. Shoulders come up. And let's switch the cross. And if you don't have a cross, you just do whatever you can because this is hard. All right, sitting up tall, rib cage lifted from the pelvis. Arms are coming up, shoulders come down. Flat, flat back all the way down until you can't hold it anymore, and then hands come down, curl. So my other leg is in front, I feel more. So my right leg is in front, I feel more right side glute. Send those sitting bones behind you for the first part of this stretch, okay? And now I want you to push the sitting bones down to the floor by pressing into the hands. Let the head fall between the biceps. Even let the shoulders come up. Walk the hands back, stay in your curl. Let's just do one little rotation stretch, okay? Just one. So let's keep that knee in front. Let's bring our arms out to the T. I forgot this in the beginning. Okay, arms open wide. Take one hand in front of the knee, the other to the floor. Grow taller in the spine, pull the belly away, and use that back hand if you need to. I like it. Now try to stay in your twist. This is really hard. Bring the arms out to that T and come back. Now I'm going to switch my legs because I want to be balanced. I'm going to sit up tall and lengthen my spine. Oh, look, 30 seconds. Like perfect. Take that hand to the knee, other one to the floor. Shoulders down. Sit up tall. Lengthen. Use the hands to lengthen that spine. Pull the shoulders down. Stay in this lifted rib cage position. Go to a T with the arms. Rotate back. And you guys are done. You did it. Good job, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to summer again.
And then tomorrow we're getting cold.
It's really, really hot in here, but it's really kind of nice. I don't know. I like the heat. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys sticking with us. I'm going to crawl forward
Thank you.
and say goodbye. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. No, don't even worry. Mm-mm.